Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This is a new week, and as every week we have a new banner, and this time it's gonna be Miracle Wishes this Friday. We are gonna have a new hero called Nilua. This is a legendary hero, but not a limited one. Maybe in 2 weeks, because remember, this is gonna be Halloween in 2 weeks, and we already had Little Jack before, a few days ago, so probably we are gonna have a new limited hero, so maybe it's interesting to keep your Miracle Wishes just in case. But the banner is still interesting for those who want to spend on it. We have Anene, Rista, AhkTaar, and Dakota inside. And for the epic heroes, we have a new one. We don't know anything about the skill sets of the two new heroes. We are gonna have to wait until tomorrow. So normally on Tuesday we have the skill set of new heroes, so I'm gonna make another video tomorrow. Then we are gonna have Yar, Isabel, and Elbek. This is not a great banner for epic heroes, right? But Anene can be really interesting. Rista is an amazing hero to have, one of the best support in the game. AhkTaar is an interesting hero, and Dakota is gonna be great for your poison team. So let's go back to the game and let's talk about them quickly. So first of all, let's talk about Dakota. If you have a look to my weathering cost team here, this is my poison team, and you need Dakota inside if you want to increase your poison damage with that team. If you have the first exclusive, if I remember correctly, with the first exclusive she can increase the speed of your entire team by 40%, and if you have the exclusive 3, you can also increase the attack of your entire team by 40%. So exclusive 1 is great, exclusive 3 is gonna be even better because you are gonna have more damage with your team thanks to the attack buff. And the exclusive 2, she can revive 1 hero per wave if passively, and this is really interesting. So outside of that, on the basic attack, she deals an AoE attack inflicting 1 poison on everyone, and she can deal heavy damage single targets on the ultimate. She has a unique mechanic, applying some roses on enemies, and the more poisons you put on enemies, the more the roses and the more the damage you are going to inflict to the enemy. This is a great poison damage dealer, but you need to play her in a poison team, and this is the team I am currently running. And if you have a look to the damage I can do on the weathering cost, this is what I can reach. I am Diamond 3 at the moment in PvP, so I don't have my best stats, but the result is pretty interesting. Outside of this content, okay, that was way better. Outside of this content, you can play her in a poison team against the regular guild boss, or maybe you can try to use her in dungeons, but it's a bit tricky to use her in dungeons because you are gonna need to play at least another poisoner or maybe 3 poisoners, I don't know, if you want to take advantage of her damage. So it's a bit hard to play her in dungeons. Clearly not the best hero to play in this kind of content. In PvP, maybe she can be interesting because she's gonna deal high damage on the ultimate, provide many buffs to your heroes, and also she can revive 1 hero passively per turn, so it can help in one lineup. But I never tried that. Maybe I'm gonna do that in the future, but I don't know. Then you have AhkTaar. AhkTaar is another good hero to use in this kind of content. I don't know if top players are still using it. Using him, sorry. Here, do we have another somewhere? No, we don't. So top players are not. Wow, this damage is just completely crazy. Normally I'm reaching around 6 billion damage in total. This is so far away from me. So I was saying that in a direct damage team, you can plan to use your AhkTaar if you have one. In the direct damage team or in the productive toxicant team. So I'm gonna show that to you just in a moment. Mine is exclusive 1, and he's still doing a good job in this kind of content. So we are gonna try that team, and we are gonna put instead of that, yeah, you have NG3 if you want, and you can put instead of Nicholas. Normally I tried with AhkTaar, and I had correct damage, pretty interesting damage with AhkTaar. Let's check that. If I skip the battle, Yeah, 736 million damage. I have 126 million damage on Heather. She is pretty interesting. She can protect your heroes and deal a lot of damage. And this is a really good hero also for PvP because she's gonna increase the defense of your entire team passively. And so if you are using her with a Brynhild, for example, it's gonna increase her defense and so her damage. You have many teams such as this one, and if you have more exclusives, you are gonna be able to remove all the buffs from the attacker if you are losing the seahorse. This is really interesting in PvP when you have more exclusives on the hero. So next one, you are gonna have a Rista. He is just an amazing hero. You can play him absolutely everywhere. I'm using him in PvP, in some fights, in some attacks. If I show that to you, okay, that was in auto. We are Monday, so I have to show that to you directly. Let's try on that team. I'm gonna show you my team with Rista. Okay, here I don't have that. Let me check. There is a Lydia, so normally, yeah, when there is a Lydia, I'm using Esther instead of Rista. So we are gonna try to find a team without any Lydia. Can we find one? A great team. I would like a good defense team without that guy. Can I find one? Try to refresh. Okay, we have another Lydia. Lydia. Okay, now Lydia is everywhere because we had Lydia on the previous week in the summons. So it's gonna be tough to find a good team. Or maybe if they are not opening with the ultimate, it can work using a Rista. But I'm not sure about that, so we are gonna avoid that. Okay, we are still gonna try to use Rista somewhere. I'm pretty sure we can use Rista somewhere. Let me check. I'm gonna refresh one more time. Yeah, there is a Lydia absolutely everywhere. So here there is no Lydia. This is a great team. And so if I replace my space by a Rista, you know what? I'm gonna put Rista instead. Then it should work. He's an amazing hero. First of all, he's gonna increase the attack of your highest attacker in your team passively by 33% of his own attack. Also, he can increase the turn meter of this ally by, this is 30% if I'm not mistaken. Let me check, I don't remember exactly. Yeah, this is by 30%, and apply an attack buff 40% without any exclusive on all heroes. The exclusive one is the best to have on him, but if you have the exclusive 3, he's gonna deal more damage on the ultimate and provide a defense down 60% to all enemies. He can stun, and the stun cannot be resisted or blocked. That means if enemies have a block debuff from Pauline, for example, it can be cleansed or blocked. So this is really interesting even if you have a Pauline in front of you. So let's try that. And on a basic attack, you can make your strongest attacker in your team push you the target, so it's a great hero to use. So lowering the turn meter here, then lowering the turn meter of everyone. I'm using that to remove buffs. Then I'm using the turn meter increase. Look at that, my Nida has a lot of speed now. I'm gonna use the ultimate, increasing the turn meter of enemies, and now I'm gonna release that skill and deal some damage to enemies. I kill one so my focus can reset, and so everybody is dead. Almost everybody, yeah, because there is a Brynhild and she's not taking the same amount of damage as others. So this is how it works with Rista. Also, he is an amazing hero to use in the guild boss, in all guild boss, the weathering cost 2, and in dungeons he is amazing. Look at that, this is my team. I'm using Rista, he is increasing the attack of my little Jack, and look at the score. I can kill the boss in 6 turns. This is the best team you can find in a game. 6 turns to kill the boss, the guild boss number 6. 312 million damage on Little Jack. Rista is a beast for that. And if you have a look to my weathering cost team, I'm using him, if I'm not mistaken, on my bleed team. And so yeah, this is it. He's gonna increase the attack and so the damage of my need rolled. And if you check the damage on my bleed team, this is what I can get. 964 million. Can I get a bit more if I retry? Yeah, a bit less. Okay, this is the kind of damage I can have with this kind of team. If you don't want to use him in your bleed team, you can use him in your direct damage team, or it doesn't matter the team you are using him on, he's just gonna shine every time. And in dungeons, he's gonna be great too. And finally, the last one is Anene. Depending on where you are situated in dungeons today, you can use her or not. At least she is better than Hezonja, and you can use her also in the Weathering Coast if you have 3 exclusives. If you don't have any Melia, she can replace Melia. No, I don't want to use that team. Sorry, this is Productive Toxicant. Okay, with that team, I'm using Anene as you saw before. This is the team I'm using, and if you check the damage she can do, she is a great hero for that. 355 million damage with that team. This is pretty nice, right? And she's gonna be great early game and mid game in many content here. Depending on where you are situated, and in the faction abyss she is also an amazing hero to use. As you can see, I was able to beat the stage 29 and many players beat the stage 30 using Anene in the team. I'm using her with this team to farm the Nameless Brotherhood stage 28 in auto. I can farm the 29 and the 30, but I'm just lacking some stats on my heroes, so this is the team I'm using. I'm using Popper to lower the defense and the tenacity, and so my NG3 is gonna deal more damage to enemies. On the basic attack, my Anene can put many HP burnings on enemies, and so they are taking a lot of damage. I'm saving my skills on the first wave, because you are going to see that on the second wave it's really important to keep the ultimate of Anene. She's going to just basically one-shot the entire team, and so you won't take any detonation damage and survive until the boss wave. So, almost done. Look at the amount of HP burnings. This is so great. Look at that. This is going to be really fast. Don't blink. And that's done. And my game just crashed. So I'm coming back. Okay, back to it. So the second wave again. And look at that one more time. It's over. Boss wave, and you are gonna see the damage against the boss. This is so great. So here, thanks to Popper, I can lower the turn meter of the boss by a bit, and so my teammate can play before and lower the attack and the damage of the boss. Look at that, the damage she dealt 5 HP burnings on the boss, and look at that, the damage she's gonna inflict now on the next attack. Look at that. Yeah, her damage are pretty interesting, right? 5 HP burnings on the boss. He is taking a lot of passive damage, and look at that, the damage he can inflict. This is just so great. Did you see that? Okay, and Anene is an amazing hero, and probably, of course, for sure, 100% even, she is the best HP burning hero in the game, because she can destroy waves, as you just saw before, releasing a ton of HP burnings on enemies at once, and on a single enemy, on a boss, she deals more damage than others. Other HP burning heroes. Also, she's better than Melia because she's not losing buffs because she doesn't need to transform. And look at that, the wave is almost done. Stage 28 in auto. Absolutely great. So, I think I'm not gonna talk about the epic heroes, just talk about Yar quickly. Yar, because he is an interesting hero for some players. He can provide a freeze on the basic attack, a shield on that skill, 40% of his max HP. He can apply effect resistance 50% to your heroes and heal them a bit, and clean some dots, and increase his own turn meta when he is the target of a proactively cast basic attack or skill attack. He is interesting, but clearly not the best hero. Then you have Isabel. Isabel is just dealing some basic direct damage to enemies. This is not a great hero. And the last one is gonna be Elbek, and Elbek is not a good hero neither. He's gonna provide attack down 20%, effect resistance up 25%, increase the turn meta of your heroes, and block debuff on your heroes after cleansing 3 dots. It can be interesting, okay, but you have better solutions. In PvP, this is not a great hero, and in the faction abyss, you have better solutions than him. So at the end of the day, this is not a great hero. So outside of the banner, Let me put again the Discord. We have the gift of event tomorrow, so you need to summon wishes, excellent and supreme, to accumulate some points, and once you reach 5,000 points you can get a legendary phantom dragon eye. When you reach the 5,000 points, stop summoning because you are gonna lose the points. You are gonna have to wait until the next event to continue to summon on this kind of event. If you are far away from the 5,000, don't worry, because the points you are going to accumulate during the event are going to remain until the next event, okay? Also, we have the double emblem drops at the moment during the week, and something else really interesting on the Discord. You have a poll for the next hero of the hero quest. We have Luz, Elbek and Dakota. All the players are voting for Dakota, and this is normal. She is the best hero on the 3 heroes showed here. So that was all for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If it's the case, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Have a nice day and see you soon. Bye bye.